right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another round of coffee and questions. And what's today's topic? We're going to talk about the 12 tools of Christmas, but not all 12. I've narrowed it down to one, which has kind of created this little flurry on the forum of everybody batting it around, which is that Drill Master, 4.5 inch, 4.3 amp angle grinder. And hey, take a look at this. If you buy $50 worth of tools, you can actually end up getting this for $5. Hey, this is a great way to go because I can easily spend that $50, buying, stocking stuffers, Christmas gifts, or whatever from Harbor Freight. So this is a great time for me to go ahead and get one of these angle grinders and have it for the shop. But there's a lot of controversy around these. And so I'm going to go through questions and answers on the forum and some of the things I dug up and see if we can, demystify some of this stuff and whether or not you should buy one. So, no long intros, here we go, let's just jump right in. Okay, so one of the questions actually becomes, do you need one or should you get one? Okay, now for me out in the shop, what I have, and I've gotten them from garage sales as well as buying them brand new, but I have probably about 4 of these. I don't have the Drill Master, I've got a Makita, I've got 2 DeWalt's, and I have a Milwaukee, and I have different kinds of wheels on each one. That way I can just reach down real quickly off of my rack, grab what I need, and I'm not playing around like I did originally where I'd have to keep taking the wheels off and changing them, which is doable, but it's kind of a pain in the rear end. So, this is a good time for you to consider maybe getting one of these if you're having the same problems. But should you buy one? I would not buy one at full retail to give you the short answer. I mean, these things are incredibly cheaply made. The cords are flimsy. The guard on them, it's got a lot of play in it. The majority of the problems, what I'm reading, come from the switch itself. Breaks real easily, or they just end up failing and then, smoking on you in a short period of time because it can't really take any kind of a load. Now, that's it in a nutshell on, the Drill Master. Now, everybody ran into very similar problems with the Chicago Electric. They're very cheaply made, but they're a little bit better made than the Drill Master, but not a whole lot better, and you still can't really put much of a load on them, but they're good. Okay, either one of these would probably be good for something very light duty. I mean, that's kind of a conclusion, on both these angle grinders, but other people have had really good luck with them, and I think that's fine. But if you're considering one of these, if you think of the retail kind of price on it, this Drill Master is $14.99 without all these discounts and all this stuff. And then the Chicago Electric one is $18.99. So like for about $4 more, you're going to get, a little bit better quality in terms of a very cheap, inexpensive, angle grinder. But you're still going to run into issues with them. It's not going to perform what you want. You would probably better off saving up your money and, like I said, get one of the DeWalt's or one of the, better name brand ones. But I would get it at least 5 amp, or better. And, you're not going to be unhappy with it. It can do almost anything because I use mine for cutting steel, grinding steel, sanding, all kinds of stuff. And they can really take, a good load. They're made much more higher quality. The cords are better, the guards are better, the switching mechanism is better, but sometimes, you're not using it all the time, you're just using it once in a while. Like I said, for light duty stuff, either one of these would probably be okay. So the question is the Drill Master 5 amp? No, but the Chicago Electric one is. Yeah, it's like, well, okay, I'm reading. It's like I keep saying, not everything from, Harbor Freight's junk. You just have to be a little selective over what you're doing. You can look at it another way. What were you expecting for $12, $15? Or what are you expecting, even if you get this one here, with the discounts for $5? Sales on you. What did you expect? Should have bought a higher quality tool. And somebody goes, well, it's just $5, or hey, it's just $12 or $14. Who cares? Well, I do. It's still money spent. So I would rather, if that's the case, just keep saving up, get a much better, higher quality, and nicely made, angle grinder. But that's just my opinion. Okay, so, the next question is, well, you can always buy the warranty. I don't like buying warranties, especially not from Harbor Freight. with my Makita DeWalt and with the Milwaukee, I've never had to buy an extended warranty. The warranties that come with them have always been more than fine. And I think I've used the warranty on one of them, once for a part that was defective. Either I made it defective or it was defective, which was, the guard. And I called them and they sent me out one for free. So, I stand behind, the more higher name brands. Now, look at it like this. Let's say that you paid the $15 or whatever it is full retail for this 4.5-inch, angle grinder, and you bought the warranty because you thought that was a smart thing to do. The warranty is about $20. So now you're up to $35 or better, whatever. Well, why didn't you just buy the Hercules? The Hercules on here, without the warranty is $40. Now, I don't own the Hercules, but the other day I was out at Harbor Freight and I picked the thing up and I was playing around with it and I noticed, their guard on there is really cool. You don't need that Phillips screwdriver to adjust it. It has a quick release and it's very secure. It doesn't have the wobble. So I thought, well, that's a heck of a nice little upgrade from these other cheap angle grinders. And you take a look and the handle itself is like, it's a little bit softer in your hand. It's not that hard, cheap, thin plastic like on these other ones. So I thought, well, the handle, is made with a little bit better quality. Got a nicer switch on there. The switch works a lot better because I flipped it and played around with it. And then I went over to the Drill Master and played around with that one. I thought, well, without knowing exact what, the specifications are on the switch, one's obviously much, better than the other. Now, if you take a look at some of these online videos, which I did, before, I put this whole review thing together, the bushings that are in the Hercules are thicker. They're a little bit longer. They're made out of metal, which isn't, the higher end things. It's not like it's made out of brass or anything like that, but they're adequate. Just a much heavier, dutier bushing. The bearings in it, like when I was watching this one video where the guy tore it apart, the bearings are much better. The bearing housing isn't plastic, or if it is, it wasn't like the same way that it was in the Drill Master and in the Chicago Electric. It's much thicker and it seemed to have some kind of a shield on there to where you don't have to worry about it overheating, because heat and these plastics don't jive together. They'll fail on you fairly easily. So I don't know, what I would tell you, and I wouldn't do the warranty particularly. I wouldn't really want it, but somebody asked on here, what about the cord protector? There really wasn't one to talk about on the Drill Master or the Chicago Electric. On the Hercules, they have a nice thick, almost like a real thick rubber kind of cord protector where it goes into the housing of, the unit. So, again, these are all like upgrades. I'm sure you're paying for them, in that $20 price difference, but you're getting a much better angle grinder. These are still inexpensive angle grinders. You could probably double. Let's take a look at Hercules price. Say it's pushing $40 or better. You're going to pay double that, maybe more, to get a good name brand angle grinder, but you're also, talking about a much higher quality. The durability is twice what these are easily, if not more, and you're going to be a lot happier with them. So I don't, I'm not a real proponent of these cheap throwaway tools, but if I was able to pick this one up, to summarize, if I was able to pick this one up for $5, I might go ahead and do it and then just use it for real light duty stuff. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there showing you this 4.5-inch 4.3 amp or the 5 amp Chicago Electric. They'll do the job to a degree as long as you stick to real light duty. You start cutting steel, or you start really wanting with flap deals to take down like welds real rapidly and quickly. You got to put a little bit of oomph behind them. They fail. It's that easy, So then that's the reason why, like I said, I own the Milwaukee and the DeWalt and the Makita. They're just much better made all the way around. So there wasn't like a huge controversy when we talked about this. Where did they fail? Most of the time was in the switching mechanism. If you put any kind of a load behind them, it burned out real quickly, either from the bearings or the motor itself. So there are tons and tons of complaints really about those two things. Everybody complained about how cheaply they're made, and it's thin plastic, and it's not really, anodized metal. It's not really this. It's not really that. They didn't have anything to do with the function of it, but where it seemed to fail, and I got all of the complaints, when I gathered them up, was in the switching mechanism or with the motor itself. with any kind of a load put on it. So those are my thoughts. I mean, I would suggest you just save your money and you get the better quality ones when they go on sale at Home Depot, Lowe's, or Amazon, or there's another place out there, CPO, that sells a lot of discounted tools. There's probably lots of places. I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you folks enjoyed a really quick review here. So for Christmas, keep the money in your pocket. Merry Christmas. Don't go spend it on something that's going to fail on you. You folks have a great holiday, and I'll see you again soon on the next video. Don't forget to click subscribe, follow me, drop a comment below if you own one of these. Maybe you got a different experience, or maybe, you have an angle grinder, that's superior in quality that you want to talk about. I don't own them all. These are the ones that I own and the ones that I talked about. And I thank you folks very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.